point is that they are scrapping and grasping at straws because they have nothing else. Laugh at them. Stephen Miller is a clown. I've never seen that guy in real life, but he looks like he's like 4'10", and he looks like he is angry about the fact that he's 4'10", and he looks like he is so mad that he is 4'10", that he's taking that anger out at any other population possible. Like, laugh at them. Laugh at them. Yes, they are dangerous. Yes, we're here to be strong for one another. We need to expose the lies. We need to never let off the gas when it comes to protecting one another, exposing the lies, documenting things. We're seeing this too, right?
Well, we knew that her brain didn't work. Now we know their eyes don't work. So she is a mess, right? What a train wreck.
These people want to seem all powerful. They want you afraid of them. They want you scared. And there is a lot to be afraid of. There is a lot at stake, and there is a lot of risk in this moment. But the last thing they want you to do is laugh at them. The last thing they want you to do is make fun of them, because that diminishes them far more than them trying to stick a boot in your face. The fact of the matter is like, these people are, yes, tremendously dangerous, but a lot of them are tremendously dull. And I remember this moment earlier this year. I was hosting Know Your Rights seminars with our immigrant community and with our U.S. citizen community as well. Because as we've seen, ICE is taking up U.S. citizens as well and abusing the rights of U.S. citizens. So I started hosting Know Your Rights seminars for the community, because following the law is not just for U.S. citizens, it's for ICE too. And they need to follow the law as well. And so when you know what the law is and what your rights are, you can enforce those rights. So I was hosting a lot of these Know Your Rights seminars throughout the district. And Tom Homan, who was the acting director of ICE, who was later allegedly reported to be taking $50,000 in cash in kava bags, whatever, allegedly, according to some of this reporting. But back then, Tom Homan decides that he's going to try to threaten me. And he's going to say, I'm going to request that the Department of Justice open an investigation onto you, a legal investigation onto you into aiding and abetting crime. Excuse me? Aiding and abetting crime. We are aiding and abetting the prevention of crime, because people need to know their rights so that their rights aren't violated. So anyways, he goes on and makes this huge public announcement about how he wants to target me for a federal investigation. That's a very serious thing, right? This guy has a lot of power, right? He was the acting director of ICE. He has a direct line to Pam Bondi at the Department of Justice, a department of whose actual respect for the law is eroding by the day. And it doesn't matter whether it's legal or not. It doesn't matter if it's right or not. They have the power, and they are positioned to abuse their power and to open such a thing on totally baseless grounds that even if it's false, they can try to do that, right? And so that's a scary thing. So I can respond to that by being scared and stopping my Know Your Rights seminars, right? Pulling back. But I didn't, because this guy is a joke. I am using clean language on this live, but this guy is a joke. Kristi Noem is a joke. JD Vance the vice president of the United States went behind a podium and went, boo-hoo-hoo, the shutdown is AOC's fault, as though this man isn't vice president of the United States of America. You know what I have to say to that? You look like a clown back there. You're the second most powerful person in this country, and you're crying about me? And you're blaming the whole government shutdown on me? LOL, my guy. Like, laugh at them. Make them small. These people seek out and abuse all of this power because they want to feel big. They want to feel bigger than you. They crush immigrant communities, not because these people are criminals. Mind you, look at ICE activity. They are not going after criminals. They are going after kids. There was a 7-year-old in my district that got taken by ICE. A 7-year-old. A 7-year-old. And I've been doing what I can to try to intervene in that case. I can't speak to it, but like a 7-year-old. These people do this in order to make themselves feel powerful, because deep, deep, deep down inside, they feel and know how small they are. And in order for a small person to feel big, they have to crush someone else. And like that is what their whole political identity is all about. It is about this forced supremacy that is based on nothing, because they feel and know how small they actually are. And instead of actually fixing the things that are making them so small and insufficient, they have to pick on someone, or they have to pick on communities that have no one defending them. That's what this is all about. This whole thing, this whole fight about, Democrats are shutting down the government because they want healthcare for illegal immigrants. First of all, totally false. Second of all, when they, as I've said before, federal law prevents undocumented people from getting covered by ACA insurance, Medicaid, etc., right? They are trying to come back with this tiny loophole, being like, oh, but there are some federal funds that could possibly on the state level, da-da-da. You know what they're actually pointing to is that Ronald Reagan in the 1980s, the United States passed a law that said if you walk into an ER, a hospital cannot refuse you care if you can't afford it, if you're not covered. Because we decided that we wanted to be a civilized country, that if someone gets hit by a car and they're bleeding out, that a doctor isn't checking for their insurance coverage before they go rush into an emergency room. Like that you are treating the human being first, because we don't want to live in, trust me, regardless of your stances on immigration, you do not want to live in a country where that law is reversed. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that.